obviously, I think a big touch point here is you doing $17,000 a month. I think that is insane, bro.
Yep.
Talk to
Yo,
me
I
at
just hit
what
20K last month.
holy cow. What's up, guys? We are back for another one, and we got Simon Lee today. And before we get started, I want to make a quick little intro. My name is Alexi Michael. I am the founder and owner of LearnToCo, one of the largest online programs in the entire freaking planet. And guys, this one's a very special one because I know all the successes Simon's had, and this is going to inspire a lot of the young guys in the industry. So I'm going to intro this. So before Simon joined LTC, Simon was charging $50 doing 240 haircuts a month with no time with family, friends, or himself. He raised to $75 and experienced the same thing. So from 50 to 75, nothing changed. And this is at the point where Learn to Cut, he joined Learn to Cut. Exhausted and experienced creative blocks, wanted to build a personal brand and improve editing, content creation for Instagram, and he wanted to develop a stronger understanding with precision-based cutting. After Learn to Cut, raised prices twice and got to $100, making a staggering $17,000 a month doing 160 clients, 80 clients less from 240, buying himself back 80 hours, which is also working 8 days, which works out to 8 days. Extended another 6 months coaching with John and seeing the value of Learn to Cut and getting out of his comfort zone again. Significant improvement and deeper understanding with precision-based cutting and continuously exceeding clients' expectations. He opened up his own suite in March of 2025, which was last month, and has now also hit 10K followers on TikTok. Bro, your success is incredible, making $17,000 a month. How old are you, by the way, Simon?
I'm 20. I'm about to turn 21 in June.
If that doesn't say what I want to say, I mean, I don't know what will, right? So, bro, I think that is unbelievable, and I'm extremely proud of you. Obviously, I've seen your journey. You've been with us for almost more than a year now,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a few questions, right? So
Yeah.
maybe if you could just describe people who you were and how you were feeling about your career before joining Learn to Cut. I think people would really want to hear it from your own words. So why don't you just kind of give us a brief little understanding of at what position were you in at this point in your life?
Prior to joining Learn to Cut, I joined in like June 2024, so it's been almost a year now. I
Yeah.
would say that I understood like the game of barbering. Like I understood that I had to market myself to like be able to gain clientele. But since I was able to gain clientele so easily through like social media, I didn't really have the time to kind of focus on my skill set. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to join Learn to Cut to enhance my learning on like precision skill, like haircutting as well, because I felt like my haircuts weren't up to par with like my prices that I was charging as well. So being able to like learn and focus on the skill set really helped me like feel confident in myself to be able to charge the price that I'm charging, especially at such a young age where like people will look at you and be like, oh, you're so young, you don't have like enough experience. But I'd say like I spent the time and money to like improve myself so that I could, be in the position I am now. So yeah.
Yeah. And dude, so at this point you had an understanding of content, you were able to get some clients, but walk us through what were the biggest pain points? Like, sure, you wanted to get better at cutting hair, but like why did you feel the need to do it? Like, I mean, at that point you were doing decent, right? Like you were
Yeah.
probably making some good money. Why even care about wanting to improve your skill set? What got you to a position of like, dude, I need to get better at this?
In the beginning of my career, dude, I was working 7 days a week for like a year and a half. So I never had any lunch breaks. I was cutting back to back, and like, it's like a story that like a lot of barbers have, but it took me a while to realize because I thought I was like so young. I was like, okay,
Right.
since I'm so young, I can work so hard to like, improve. But I realized that like getting mentorship and like learning from someone that's like better than you, like is the best way to kind of learn quicker, It just saves you so much time. And I just felt like I
Absolutely.
didn't have enough time back then just because I was so busy like at the shop, like trying to do like haircuts and
Yeah.
make like $35 haircuts, all that stuff. So
100%. What were you charging at that point?
when I first started like barbering in 2022, I was charging
Yeah.
35 and then I was able to scale up to 50, 75 and then 100. But I started feeling that like burnout like crazy like at $50.
So at $50, you're working 7 days a week. You've been going at this for about a year and a half. And you said
Mhm.
enough is enough. Something needs to change. And you probably thought, if I improve my skill set, I will be able to increase my prices. And if I increase my prices, I'll be able to cut down on time. Was that kind of
100%.
the initial thoughts behind it? Yeah. Okay.
100%.
Cool. So now let's talk about being in the program, or even, I'd like to even touch up on what made you decide to join us specifically. I mean, there's so many programs out there. Like, why did you feel the need to be like, okay, I want to join Learn to Cut rather than all these other programs? What was the deciding factor for you to be like, yeah, I'm gonna trust these guys and I'm gonna go all in?
I would say I've been following you for a while now, and I know like you have like the skill set that I want. So I was like, okay, since he's creating this program for barbers like me that are like kind of lost in the barbering world where there's so much like information out there, I feel like just learning from someone that like knows exactly what he's doing and knows how to teach it, and there's so much like success stories as well. So I was like, let me just check him out, like hit him up, see what he can offer me, and it was like, exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
feel like having a mentor like John probably helped a lot as well, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like he's so helpful. Like
Yeah.
he like kind of understands me, like because like he's been in the industry for so long. Like he understands like how I felt like in the moment, you know.
Yeah.
So
And I think that's the important part, right? Having someone that's actually gone through the same exact process as you. I mean, even for me, dude, at 19, 20, I was working, like you said, I was 2 years, a year and a half to 2 years working 7 days a week. Like you said, not having any lunch breaks, not eating food because all I was
mhm.
doing is work, 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 right? But at some
Yeah.
point, you don't even realize that we're young. You are burnt out. You just don't know it, right? So,
Yeah.
cool, man. So let's talk about the program itself, the experiences you went through within the program. What aspects of the program significantly impacted you? Let's say, within your skill development, branding strategies, or community, what do you feel like was like the biggest factor of like, wow, this has dramatically impacted my career now?
I would say, although like personally struggle with like content creation just because it's not really like my thing. I would say that being able to like present my haircuts in a way where like it's professional and clean looking, I felt like that was really helpful because John, he taught me how to like do all the basic stuff like graduation, disconnection and all
Yeah.
that stuff. It was able
Yeah.
to make the haircut just appear so much better, and I think that just like created like a lot of my clients say like, oh, you show the process of your videos like for your haircuts. A lot of people don't do that, and that's what makes you
Yeah.
like kind of stand out from like all the other people.
Right.
So
Okay, cool. So so just to piggyback off that, you
mhm.
felt like the skill set side of things, like the graduation and stuff, that helped. But the main
Yeah,
thing was applying that with some of the content stuff. That was like one of the
exactly.
bigger impacts. Okay.
Exactly. So like just being able to create content where like it shows people like you know what you're doing is just really impactful to
Right.
get clientele as well. Just
Yeah.
because like
So being
they
around
know you charge a
certain,
lot, but
yeah.
they want to see what you do, need to
It's
work
like,
on like personal branding as well.
so the goal was to like, okay, like now that I'm charging these prices, how can I show the value to the clients that I'm worth those prices? And it was
Hmm.
based off of the stuff that we taught you, which was the graduation, applying it with the actual marketing aspects of it, right? Was there a specific moment that you would say was the like you realized like, wow, this is actually a game changer? Was like one specific time or one specific moment that made you realize like this was worth everything?
I would say like it's just a good feeling when you like tackle haircuts where you used to like struggle with, and then like they come back, your client comes back the next like 2 months because it's long hair, and you just feel confident like knowing what to do. Like you're not like breaking a sweat. It's just like second nature to you. Like that was when it really just hit me. I was like, damn, it's worth it. Like being able to like learn and get educated by people. Yeah.
Yeah. And not feeling the anxiety and stress of like, holy shit,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do now? Right. I know the
Mhm.
feeling. Like when I used to cut longer hair, I always get like a panic attack of like,
Yep.
damn, I don't want to cut that client. Internally, it's like, I don't know if I could do this to him. And the last thing I want is like to screw up his hair. Right.
Yep.
So it's good that when you have that confidence, and when you do have that confidence, naturally you just end up executing it with ease rather than just guessing everything, questioning everything, right? So cool, man. Obviously, I think a big touch point here is you doing $17,000 a month. I think that is insane, bro.
Yep.
Talk to
Yo, I
me at
just hit
what
20K last month.
holy cow.
Yeah,
First
month of March.
$20,000.
Yeah, 20K.
Wow, dude, unbelievable. So let's talk about that. Like, how
Mhm.
does that feel, bro? At 20 years old, I don't think you realize this. At 20 years old, doing $20,000 a month, what does that feel like?
Oh man, it's kind of insane, because like obviously I have a lot of peers that are around my age and they're like still in school, like doing college or like finding their own like niche or whatever. But being able to find this much success in such a young age is like it's kind of unreal because I know I put in the work and it just slowly compounded and like had a snowball effect, and that's how I got to where I am now. It's unreal. unreal feeling.
And I think if anyone deserves it, it's you, bro. I've seen all the work you've been putting in. You're extremely like a lot of people need to know this. Like Simon didn't get to $20,000 a month by accident. Like I want you guys to know, like this guy has been putting in so much freaking work in his craft, so much work in his marketing. Like this guy has been consistent since the day he joined the program, and the result of that is the inputs are the result of the outcome, which is 20,000 a month. And further than that, he still reinvested himself, joined LTC for another 6 months because he realizes the impact and the power of social media, the impact and the power of mentorship, the impact and power of increasing his skill set. The reason why I'm saying this is, guys, the work that he put in is the outcome that he gets. So, like, if you guys want to make 20,000 a month, it's not because he's 20 years old. It's because this guy's been doing it for a long time and he's invested relentlessly and he's taken the biggest risks, right? It's literally that. And it's like he's been consistently following the game plan, not questioning us, not questioning anything, and doing like everything we've told him to do. And the results are, they speak for themselves, right? So, dude, I want to say massive congratulations. And like I said, at 20 years old to do that is amazing. I didn't even do that, to be honest. It took me about 20. I was 24 when I did that. So I can't wait to see what happens next. So let's talk about this, bro. Emotionally, you were drained, exhausted. You know, you were questioning a little bit of if this is, if this is the way to go forward in the career. Talk to me. How do you feel now? Like, obviously, you're doing 20,000 a month. Do you have work-life balance? What do you have time with your family? Where are you at emotionally?
Yeah, right now it's definitely a lot better than where I was at like a year and a half ago. I do have a few days off now, and I do feel like back then I was kind of like holding back on myself. Like, say if I wanted to take like a vacation with like friends, like I would be like, nah, I have to work. My clients need me. But now I feel like the balance is just there. You know, like I could just take the day off and not feel too bad about it, just because I know that I'm still gonna be here, and the clients can wait. It just feels a lot better to kind of have my time back and spend time with family, like my girlfriend, all that stuff.
And dude, that could only happen when you become an expert in your field, and clients are like, "Well, I'll wait for Simon because the haircut he's giving me, I can't get anywhere else. So
Right.
it's not worth me going to another barber." So that's the good thing, right? Like the good thing is you've built yourself as an authority where people are willing to wait for you to come for a haircut. Cool, bro. So look, at the end of the day, if I'm a 20-year-old barber, young guy, I want to obviously follow you. Where can they reach out? Like, how can they find you? What's your Instagram handles? What's the
Yeah,
best
they
way to
can
reach
find
out?
me on Instagram and TikTok at Cuts by Lee, Li. So yeah, I'm just there. I post every now and then, but I need to work on that. I'll be back.
Where are you located, Simon? LA,
I'm
right?
in Seattle, Washington.
Seattle. Yeah, Seattle.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
For anyone that's considering this, because obviously there's a financial cost to this, it's not easy. What would you say to them, right? Like they're on the cusp, they've watched the videos, they trust me, they've seen all the content, they're like, okay, like we
Mhm.
get it, this guy's really good. But what can you say to them? To those people, they're almost there, but they just haven't made that decision yet. They haven't taken that leap of faith. What do you tell them?
Yeah, I would say like if you're lost and you don't know what you want to do, like I'd say just make that initial investment, man. Like being able to be open-minded and learn from people, like especially like Alexi, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's done it before. They'll guide you and help you to where you want to be in the future. And I know it's a big investment, but it's definitely worth it in the future, just because it will compound later on. So
100%. And yours compounded 10x. You did, an
Mhm.
ad spend we call ROAS. Your ROAS is 10x. So,
Yep.
dude, very great return on investment. Simon, dude, incredible story. I'm extremely proud of you guys. Reach out to him. And again, he's such a sick guy. Like if you guys reach out to him, message him, he'd be more than willing to help you guys out with any questions that you guys have.
For
And
sure.
dude, this is a question I love to ask. What can we expect from you in the next year, 2 years, 3 years? You have your own studio. Talk about this quickly. And what can we
Mhm.
expect from Simon in the next 2 to 3 years?
Dude, in the next few years, I plan on locking in on like social media and building a bigger personal brand, because I feel like although I've had this much success, like that is the one thing I was like lacking in, because I just wanted to put more of myself out there. But I know life, you just get scared and you just don't want to do it. But I do think you have
Yep.
to push yourself sometimes to just, get yourself out there.
Unreal, bro. Well, dude, it was great chatting. I'll see you in
Yeah.
Texas in a few days. And
Yeah. See you
if
like
you got
tomorrow,
any,
essentially.
bro, what am I saying? A few days. That's when like you're working every day. You see, I work 7 days a week still, and I still don't know what days
Yep.
I'm in. But yeah, bro, I'll see you in a few hours actually.
Yeah. Sounds
Um,
good.
and appreciate the call, bro. We'll talk soon, and I'll see you there. Thanks,
Yeah.
bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Ciao,
Talk to you
Simon.
soon.
Appreciate it, bro. Ciao, man.
Yeah.